Everybody, hello from Nashville, Tennessee. How's it going, everybody? My name is Andy, co-founder of The Habit Guys. Welcome to another episode of Prospecting Adventures. So let's go. So Prospecting Adventures, we show you the ins and outs of prospecting. We make live calls. I show you my systems. There's a lot of different avenues we take when it comes to prospecting adventures. So you know all the little nuances, right? Not just making the calls, but the follow-up. What systems do we use? Like what text messages do I send out? All that stuff. Okay. So I'm connecting us here on Facebook. Guys, where are you tuning in from? Where are you guys tuning in from? Let me know where you guys are tuning in from on YouTube. How's it going, everybody? Tessa, what's going on, Tessa? Tessa's from California, representing the West Coast. And who do we have here on YouTube as well? I'm going live here also on Facebook, right? Got Facebook here as well. What's going on, everybody, in Facebook? So super glad you're here. Andrew from North Carolina, from Charlotte. Awesome. Nice to meet you all. So yeah, make sure you guys are following us on social media. Make sure you guys are in our Facebook group as well. We're growing our Facebook group, so you guys can get exclusive content as well. Make sure you guys are in there. We drop a couple products throughout the year in there as well that no one else will have access to. So we're growing that group. So make sure you guys are part of that Facebook group. Today, we're going to go over the expires. Yesterday, we went over the part 1 of the expired script. All right. Make sure you guys have the expired script out. If you guys can, make sure you guys pull that up. If you guys don't have it, make sure you guys go to habitguys.com/scripts. /free if you want to go ahead and pick that up. If you guys want to go ahead and pick that up. And we're going to go over the expired script. Okay. I want to make sure you guys have that pretty much down packed and good to go. Anybody here, by the way, calling expireds? Are you guys for sell by owners, your sphere for sell by owners and expireds? Those are 3 things that you guys should be calling. That's it. That should be like clockwork. Okay. Andrew from North Carolina. I'm not sure. Who are you calling? All of you guys in Facebook, who are you guys calling? If you're calling your sphere expireds, what are you guys doing? Because the warmest conversations are for sure your for sale by owners, your expireds. And then obviously the most pleasurable conversations. I love calling for sale by owners. That's like the most, because these people are just like, they're with it. You know, they're investors. You talk right at them. There's no BS. It's fantastic. And then sphere obviously can be awesome, you know, really friendly place, but be careful being too friendly on your sphere calls, because if you sound too friendly on your sphere calls, people won't take you seriously. They'll consider you the friend, but not the firm professional person they're looking for. And that's why a lot of real estate agents get people who love them, but don't send them business. And if you're noticing a big part of that happening to you, where your friends or family are just not sending you business, it's simply because probably you're too friendly, right? It's one of the big factors, because remember, you're auditioning to be the realtor. That's why having the right script is so important. So make sure you guys pick up your script if you guys haven't so already. I'll be reviewing this script today. It's the expired script, part 2 series. We're going to go over it in more detail so you guys can understand how we're talking and why we're saying what we're saying. Okay. And why. And by the way, if you guys have questions as I'm going through all this, make sure you guys are dropping your questions in the comment section in YouTube, on Facebook, on our platform on Demio, so you guys can see. Listen, I want this to be like a coaching session with you guys. So you guys can go ahead and see and hear and feel like what we're doing with prospecting and the why. Don't just download scripts and you have no idea why you're saying what you're saying. I want you guys believing, understanding why we have the scripts the way we do. So if you guys don't have it, go to habitguys.com/free to download your copy. Okay. So today's agenda is part 2 of the expired script. We're going to go over, we're going to recap first base, and then we're going to go to second base, third base, and home. Okay. Just so you guys have an understanding of this script and how it works. So make sure you guys download your copy. All right. So pull it in habitguys.com/free. I think you can, all right, check that out there. All right. Now, not sure if you guys knew this before we get started, but nearly 90% of agents quit the business, according to the National Association of Realtors. And that number is getting bigger and bigger this year. Why? Like, what's getting in the way? What's getting in the way is agents are not having thousands of one-on-one conversations because their habits are awful. And when I mean their habits are awful, is agents would rather do other things besides prospect. They're avoiding the hardest part of their day, which is prospecting, because no one's holding them accountable and their habits follow them throughout their life. Okay. And as an employee, you were told what to do, when to do it. But now, as an entrepreneur, you have all day to do things. No one's really holding you accountable. And so you easily get distracted. And that's where your habits need to change. So if you want to change your results, you need to change your habits. Because if I were to look at your day right now, if I were to look at what you're doing when you wake up, during your day, hour by hour, if I were to look at that trajectory, where would you be in 5 years financially, spiritually, physically? So habits are a really good indicator of who you're becoming. Okay. We can't worry about the past. We have to worry about the future, right? Worry about now. What are you doing now? So that's why, guys, our content is everything's around habits, because if you ain't talking about habits, you ain't talking about anything. Okay. And so that's what we do. We're the Habit Guys. My name is Andy Rosas. I'm one of the co-founders. There's Michael Manrique, the other co-founder, and also author of our best-selling book. We're partners with the Miami Association of Realtors, NAREP, RedX, Gold Coast. By the way, if you guys haven't used RedX and if you guys need leads, listen up. We're partners with RedX because they make prospecting super easy. So if you need leads to call, people to connect with, right? A dialer that's going to rapidly dial people, okay? Because you can't be wasting time. We have a coupon with RedX. Just shoot us an email at info@habitguys.com and check out get our $150 off coupon. So if you need a coupon for RedX, make sure you guys are going to go ahead and do that as well, okay? There's our best-selling book, by the way. So before we get into expireds, if you guys have not checked out our best-selling book, go ahead. That's our best-selling book on changing your habits. So if you're struggling with going to the gym, working out, prospecting, whatever it is, make sure you guys check out that copy there. All right, guys. So that's our book there, dropping it there for you. So habits. Let's get into now the habit of scripts. Okay. Now, if you guys have your scripts in front of you, you guys need to have this in front of you. You need to look at your scripts like a baseball diamond. Okay. We have first base, we have second base, we have third base, and we have home. Okay. The moment someone tells you no on first base, then you can move on to second base. Okay. The only way you don't move to second base is at the beginning. And if you guys want to remember, follow along with this. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Let me know if you guys can see my screen. Can you guys see my screen? The script there. Let me know if you guys can see it. Can you guys see my screen where it says expired scripts, Tessa? Okay. All right. Good. So as you guys can see here, and if you can't see my screen so Brendan, no worries. Just shoot us an email at info@habitguys, but just follow along with what I'm saying. Download the script at habitguys.com/free, Brendan. So you know I can't share my screen on YouTube, but I can share it on our platform. But you can just listen through, download the script, and follow along. Go to habitguys.com/ actually, I'll write it in the comment section here below. Boom, there it is. It's in the comment section, guys. And I want you guys to understand that this script, don't try to outsmart it. Okay. It's battle tested. It's amazing. It's proven. And this is what the best of the best use. We pulled this from different parts of the business, different programs even, and we've combined it with ours. It's fantastic. Okay. So first base, we talked about this yesterday, guys. First base, even if you have a wrong number with somebody, you're always going to ask and lead. We're going to lead with permission-based asking, like, hey, man, I know you weren't expecting my call, but do you mind if I ask you a question? Okay. You always want to make sure you identify yourself as an agent, ask them for permission to get off the phone. We talked about this last week, the power of controlling the conversation, giving somebody the exit, giving somebody the opportunity to leave the conversation. Okay. That's why it's so important to have, guys, a dialer with RedX. Okay. This is amazing because With the dialer, you have rapid fire. And then with the script, you're asking the question from the beginning and you're getting a yes or no. If they say no, you just say, have a great day, boom, move on. And then the dialer is already calling the next person. That's it. You don't even have time to react to the negativity. You don't even have time to respond to that no. Go, okay, well, have a great day. Bye. Boom. You hang up, you keep calling. That's why we recommend, hey, call the do not call list if you want to, because you're not bothering anybody, because you're not being annoying to them, right? But if you have an annoying script, you're just being pushy, you're going to piss people off. And that's where people get reported on. That's where people get, pissed off people who are rude to them. So that's why from the beginning, ask that question. Hey, man, I know you weren't expecting my call, but do you mind? My name is Andy. I'm a local real estate agent. Do you mind if I ask you a quick question? Boom. Give them the authority to get off the phone. All right. And then we went over this. I saw that your property is no longer on the market. We wanted to know if by any chance, did you sell it privately or is it still available? And then you go here. Hey, this house did not sell. It startled me a little bit. I was wondering when your agent gave you feedback and updates every week, right? Here you go. You're dropping some backhanded seeds here of, man, your agent didn't do this, right? Did they tell you why it didn't sell or what they were going to do next? Oh, no, really? Okay. Listen, if it's sold, were you planning to buy something nearby or move somewhere else? Right here, we're finding out the motivation. Your home looks great. Why were you even thinking about moving? Right? Motivation. Great. Awesome. Okay. So you can see very simple format to use. Don't overcomplicate this, guys. Try not to outsmart the script. Some of our students think the biggest failure that I see out there is agents try to outsmart the script. I can resonate with this because early in my speaking career, I thought I was smarter than the script too. I wanted to be me. I wanted to have my personality. Well, yes, you will have that, but follow the script. Do it with your personality, but follow the script. Okay. Don't try to go around the script and, oh, I got a better way to do something. Nope. Follow the damn script. And it cost me a lot of money because I remember my coach in the companies I used to work for, they would fine us money, a lot of money. Actually, they would fine us by every word we got wrong on certain parts of the script because it was that critical. And then I quickly realized, just don't outsmart the script. Okay. As long as now you don't have to be a robot, guys. Okay. Just get the philosophy here and just roll with it. Okay, guys, but don't outsmart the script. And then what we're going to do here, listen, I was curious. Are you still considering offers on the property if it made sense for financially for you? And you wouldn't need to worry about the process. And it was a lot cleaner and easier. And you knew what was going to happen. Is that something that would be a problem for you at this point? Okay. The guys, look, we're going upside down on the asking the questions. Have you guys noticed? Is that something that would be a problem for you? Instead of you saying, is that okay for you? Say, would that be a problem for you? We call this pattern interrupters. When you ask the opposite question that people are used to hearing, that's why we ask it this way. You don't want to ask, are you okay with that? No, it's, hey, is that something that you would have a problem with at this point? They're not used to hearing questions that way. That's why they have to stop for a second and think about what you just said. Because when people are listening to you, especially on cold calls, and agents use a lot of the same scripts, you kind of have to go opposite of what they're saying. Okay. You have to sound different on the phone. So that's why the wording is different. That's why I'm explaining this to you guys, because simply reading a script and you don't understand why we put this in here, you'll just try to correct it and you'll say, oh, is that okay? You want to hang out? No. Hey, listen, would it be a problem if you and I hung out? It's a different way of delivering. It's the negative context to bring in a question. And that negative context breaks your pattern of what you think a question will sound like. Does that make sense, guys? Okay. Do you guys have a problem with that? Right? It just sounds different. So it makes you pay attention more, like, oh, whoa, wait a minute. Okay. Oh, now I know why you're saying that. Okay. This is no problem here. See, Tesla, like, do that. And studies show you break patterns, and then people actually, you force them to pay more attention to you because they're tuning you out without realizing it. That's why you need to ask questions early on, get them engaged, and it makes you pay attention more. Tessa, that's exactly what it is, right? You're like, what? Wait, yeah, I got it. So that's why you want to ask those questions that way. All right. So you ask them the question there. And then you go, hey, listen, before I let you go, let's just say this. By the way, this is all first base still. We went over this last week. This is all first base, right? Hey, before I let you go, hey, can I make a quick recommendation? Guy, that's awesome to say. It gives you authority. Before I let you go, it puts a time constraint on the call. You always want to have this in your script. Hey, listen, before I let you go, guys, when you say that, you sound like you're in control. You sound like the authority. You sound like you have somewhere else to go. You sound like you're not needy. Do you guys see that? Before I let you go. And I put it in bold here, okay? So those are things there that I'm telling you guys, don't outsmart the script. Okay? Don't outsmart the script. I'm going to put this in bold too. Do not outsmart the script. All right? That's what I want you to understand. All right? So that's why I need you to understand. Don't outsmart it. Okay? Now, this is so good. I'm not sure if working together makes sense. I'm going to put that in bold. So but I'm not sure if working together, remember last week we said this. I'm not sure if working together makes sense. We've never met and I've never been to your house. This is what we call leaning out. Leaning out. By the way, remember, yeah, I won't get into that. So we've never met and I've never been to your house, right, guys? You're leaning out, right? You're saying, well, listen, I don't even know this is going to make sense for us. All right. But would you be totally against? You see this here? We're doing it again. We're doing the reverse pattern. Would you be totally against inviting me over sometime this week? Do you guys see that? Would you be totally against? And I'm actually going to write a note on that one. Reverse question, asking to break the pattern, right? That's what we're doing right there. Boom, right? But would you be totally against? That's why I'm saying, guys, print this out, have it in front of you, have the dialer on, boom, and you're just rapid firing. And you're just like, hey, but would you be totally against inviting me over sometime next week while I'm there? I can tell you about a strategy that has helped out our clients sell their homes quickly and for the most money, possible. And for the most money. I like to put most money. Let's make it less words. For the most money. Then at the end of our meeting, we can decide if it makes, I love this. And then at the end of our meeting, we can decide if it makes sense. Then at the end, we can decide if it makes sense for us to work together or not. God, I love this. I constantly fall in love with this when I reread this. If it makes sense for us to work together or not, because let's be honest, right? And we'll put a pause here. Those 3 dots, is like a pause. Because let's be honest, you wouldn't hire me if you didn't think I could sell your home, right? Boom, right? Done. Okay, great. I was hoping to stop by one day this week to look at your house. Could you quickly show me around the house tomorrow afternoon or Thursday night, right? You give them 2 options. That's fine. That's great. I'll send you, and this is good. Hey, listen, I'll send you a copy of my information by email as soon as we hang up. Just for our records, what's your best email address? Okay. This is great as well because what's great here is you on RedX, that's why I recommend, guys, if you get for sale by owners or expireds, get the plus packages because it gives you lifestyle information. It gives you market trend information inside RedX. So if you want to be a local area expert while your phone is dialing, you can just look at the data that's there and it tells you what kind of market it is, what the median house price is going for, the price per square foot, all that juicy data that agents like. It gives you some confidence. Great, we get that. But don't get too distracted with that, but it does lift up your confidence to do so. So we do recommend getting the plus packages, and the plus packages have email in there as well. And even if the email is wrong, it doesn't matter because if I see like last name Garcia, if I see Tessa Martin as your name, and I see Tessa Martin at gmail.com, whatever, and I see that there, I'm going to be like, hey, Tessa Martin, question. I'll send you a copy of my email. I have Tessa Martin at gmail.com here on file. Is that your best email? Or, you'll be like, oh, no, that's not it. Use this email instead. Because I like to throw that out there, even if it's wrong, because it shows that, hey, dang, man, this person has email on me too. Okay. You just sound more professional, even if it's the wrong email. But obviously, You have to make an educated decision at that point, because if the email name doesn't match the name, then don't try to really do that, but it doesn't hurt you anyways. It's fine. It's just a little thing that I do. That's fine. Or just ask them, hey, what's your best email address? Okay. Now, I plan on stopping by around 4 o'clock tomorrow. And if anything changes, I'll let you know. Boom. Right. That's the ideal first base. You guys see that? Now, if they tell you, man, I already got a realtor. I'm working it with my realtor, this and that. Oh, be like, oh man, that's so awesome. You're working with a realtor. Hey, what ended up happening? Why didn't it sell? You know, that type of thing. But if not, if they're like, I already got a realtor. I already got a realtor. Okay, cool, man. Well, listen, that makes a lot of sense, dude. And I hope you guys sell it. And then you guys go right to second base. So check this out, guys. Look, go. Oh man, that. And by the way, when they tell you I already have another realtor, can you guys please sound excited? Right? I'm going to put here. That makes a lot of sense. All right. If they tell you, that makes a lot of sense. I'm going to put here, sound excited. Right? You want to sound excited, and always you want to sound excited when you get told no. If they say, nah, man, listen, then Andy, man, I already got a realtor. Dude, oh, that's awesome, man. It makes a lot of sense, man. Like, what ended up happening? Why did it expire? And then you'll feel to see if they're trying to get you off the phone. But I like to just ask, oh, cool, man. Well, what do you think happened? Like, why did it expire? I think that's awesome. If you're not feeling that vibe from them, then just go right to second base. I'm like, oh man, that makes a lot of sense. Can I ask you one more question before you hang up? One or two more questions before you hang up, man? And we're like, yeah, sure. Okay. But remember, you have to sound excited here. If you don't sound excited with, oh man, that makes a lot of sense. You want an upswing tone. You don't want a downswing tone. Upswing on rejection. Does that make sense? Guys, write that in the notes. Write in the comment section. Upswing tone on rejection. Please put that in there. And it might just be you, Tessa, or who's on YouTube here. Brendan, what's going on, guys? Put upswing on rejection. Put that in there. Carl, Dwayne, Jennifer, Jessica, Mickey, Patty, Tyler, Yvette. Put upswing on rejection. Put that in the comment section. I need you guys to write that down. Write that down. Upswing. Mickey, thank you so much. Upswing is a upswing. Oh, really? That's awesome. Downswing is, oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. Tessa, thank you. Jessica, upswing on rejection. On the phone, when someone rejects you, someone says no to you, you need to learn how to have an upswing in your tone when you're talking to your sphere. And they say, man, my cousin is a realtor for me, bro. I already got a realtor. Dude, that's freaking great. Or don't say, oh, that's great. No. Upswing on rejection. That will help you with sounding happy, even though you don't feel it. It's okay. You'll work on it and be like, oh my gosh. Because guys, think about it. If you are truly calling people to serve them, you need to be happy for them that they made a decision, because they made a decision that they feel is best for themselves. Trust me. You cannot be like, oh, be offended and all, because they made a decision that's good for them. Okay. Even though you're like, man, I know I can do better, but that you have to have that empathetic heart of they made a decision that's good for them. Correct, Carl. Right. And that's okay. And you got to wish them the best. Have that mentality of, oh, dude, listen, man, that's awesome. But that's why you go to second base. And Carl, you've been around long enough, man. You know, dude, where they may say no to me today, but they can probably refer me business because they love the way I handle that rejection. That is your first audition to handle objections. When they see you handling objections like a champ, right? Tessa, exactly. If they say, nah, man, listen, I got a realtor already. So sorry. But like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. Congrats. Well done, man. Go right to second base and just go, that makes a lot of sense. Can I ask you one or two more questions before you hang up? Dude, if you sound upswing happy, of course they're going to be like, oh my gosh, this person's actually pretty cool. Like they actually care. Because another person will be like, oh, okay. Okay, no problem. Well, listen, if you need anything, here's my information. Call. That's so awkward. That's so messed up. You need to lead them into second base and be like, man, that makes a lot of sense. Good for them. Can I ask you one or two more questions before you hang up? That's it, right? Giving them the opportunity to hang up. Okay. And then you go, hey, listen, out of curiosity, I know we haven't met yet, but my goal, and I love those pre-data. I know we haven't met yet, but my goal is to be a go-to resource in the local area, in the area. I'm just gonna say in the area, your go-to resource in the area. And I know many of the best professionals like blank, blank, blank. Here, guys, you want to have vendors that you personally know. In our coaching program, we call this our vendor 250, where you should have a list of vendors that you have contacted and have a conversation, an intentional conversation with, and let them know that, hey, I'm going to be sending you business, right? Would you be open to it? And then also that fortifies a relationship with that vendor, that if they come across someone that needs a real estate agent, that they'll think of you. And there's a whole process to that. It's a way without asking for referrals, you'll get referrals. It's an amazing way. So what you want to do is, like, right now, we have a partner with we're partners with Good Greek. Okay, Good Greek is a moving company. Okay, they service everybody nationwide. They're an amazing company. If you want their information, let me know, because I absolutely love them. And I always have Good Greek in the back of my mind as an opportunity, because for sell by owners and expireds, they need to move. You never know. They may need to move. It could be a painter, it could be a plumber, it could be whatever it is you want to have. And also find pain points in your area of people, of vendors that are hard to find. I know in Miami, it's hard to find a good landscaper, like a good, affordable, reliable landscaper. As weird as that sounds. So if you find one that's good, man, it's great to have. And now you know, on the call, if someone says no to you, you go to second base, and second base, you're adding value. Okay. You're adding value. There you go. Mountains, hard to find deck people. So for people with decks and all that kind of stuff, like, yeah, like now you know who to recommend. And now you feel authentic about second base, and you go, hey, man, listen, I know we haven't met, but my goal is to be a go-to resource in the area. And I know many of the best professionals, because I know it sucks to have the wrong professionals, right? And the person will be like, yeah, man, you're right, man. It's the worst to have the wrong vendor, right? Or a pain in the butt vendor. Listen, I have a really good moving company. Do you need any other services by any chance? A moving company? They're awesome, man. They offer $500 of free packaging material. I can put you in contact with them, right? 'Cause that's what they do. And they'll be like, no, man, I'm good. Or be like, hey, an attorney. You need a title company, a lender, any other vendors? I throw out like 2 or 3 more, right? Because I have vendors for lenders right? I have title companies, I have attorneys that I could recommend them. So in the back of my mind, and this is what I teach my team, you want to have 3, 4 vendors in the back of your mind on a piece of paper, ready to go. Because wouldn't it be pretty cool if a real estate agent that you just told no to gave you a pretty cool painter, or a deck person, Tessa, right? Or a painter, or a moving company? That person's going to be like, dang, dude, like, that was really nice of that guy. I told him I had another real estate agent. He was still open-hearted with me, and he offered me 2 other, some vendors. Thank you so much. And then I put them in contact, right? And I put them in contact, and I'll reach out to the moving company, and I'll be like, hey, man, so Joey here needs help. I'll shoot you guys an email, connect you. So you guys you connect them, right? So they both see you're helping them out. So this is powerful stuff, because now the vendor loves you because they see you actively sending them people, not just being all talk, right? And the person you recommend is like, oh, whoa, this person actually followed through. This is pretty dope, right? So don't take second base for granted, guys. There's a reason why we have second base. And then next week, let's go over third and home, okay, which is really short. And then we'll start making some phone calls with expireds. But I want you guys to just understand the philosophy, right? First base, you see, when you're in first base, they're saying yes to you, they're answering your questions, you just stay here on first base. Awesome. That's first base. First base is usually the strategy. Second base is the vendor. Third base is just a question, okay? And then home base is the ask. If no one sells the property in a couple of weeks or a couple of months, would you be open to having a conversation? So you can see the framework there. All of our scripts, have the same second base, third base, home. Okay. So that's why it's so important to have a framework so you know how to get in and out of conversations. If someone says no to you, you know how to go to second. If someone says no to you on the question, the first question, you just hang up on them and that's fine. And you move on. Okay. So that's why it's so important to have companies like a RedX that makes prospecting easy. Like I said, if you want a coupon for them and you want to see what they're about, just shoot us an email. Actually, I can also drop the coupon here below. Actually, no, I don't have it here. Just email us at info@habitguys. And if you want that RedX coupon or more information on RedX, just shoot us an email and we'll get you set up with them. They're amazing. They have all the leads you need, guys. That's it. You don't need to buy leads. Why? Because remember, why spend $10, $20 a lead with these lead gen companies and you're wasting a lot of money and the leads suck anyways? You got to call them. Why not spend 1 cent, 2 cent a lead? And it's super easy to call them, have conversation with them, and you're being intentional and you're talking to people who want to talk to you. Okay. So real simple there, right? If you want that coupon, let me know. But guys, that there is second base, first base and second base, right? With expireds. So you know how that works there. Okay, guys. So this is what top producers do. And so you guys know we're going to have a training next week because what's going to happen is this. I told you these awesome strategies. I teach you guys the scripts and all that. But a lot of you guys, your habits, if your habits don't change, nothing else will. So if you guys are needing coaching, I can drop here my link here. If you guys want to learn more about habit coaching, you need help with that. Or if you want to be part of our training, next week we have a training, guys. I'm going to shoot it here. If you guys need help with for sale by owners, copy share link. I'm going to give you guys a walkthrough on for sale by owners. If you guys want that there, I'm dropping it in the section. There you go. Boom. Drop it there. And then in stream in YouTube, if you guys want to learn, we're going to talk about RedX there, how to use RedX with for sale by owners. Even if you don't have RedX, we're going to talk about for sale by owners, how to capitalize on it, guys. Because remember, over 70% of for sale by owners list with an agent. Over 70% list with an agent. So we're going to show you exactly how to talk to them and what to do after the phone call and how to close for sale by owners. Okay. So if they say they're going to go relist it with their realtor, do you just change the question so if it doesn't sell for it? Yeah, correct. Exactly, Tessa. Yep. If they say they're going to list it again, then just say, hey, man, well, listen, if it doesn't sell in the next 30 to 45 days, which I hope it doesn't. I really hope it doesn't. Are you open to having a conversation with me? That's it. That's how you'll pretty much end it. To talk about other options. That's home right there. All right. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for being here. Now you guys know first base, second base, what it's all about and why. Do not outsmart the script. When you get rejected, upswing tone. I'm telling you, it makes a world of difference. If people don't think you're offended and your butt hurt for being told no, we are professionals. We're here to serve. Let's go. Long game, guys. This is long game. All right. I love you all so much. I just dropped a link for the For Sale by Owner Masterclass next week. It's next Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern. Drop that link there and also invite agents that you may know that need help with For Sale by Owners. It's one of the warmest leads that are not capitalized on, especially with the high close rate of 70+% with a real estate agent. And that's it, guys. All right, guys. Tessa, Carl, everyone in YouTube, Facebook, Jessica, no problem. Thank you so much, Jess. You guys have an amazing time. And I'll see you guys here next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Love you guys. Bye.